So let's talk about something we can do right now with our pulley problems. And we've seen problems like this in our connect problems. Like here, for example, here I have a pulley that's pulling up a weight, a string that's pulling up a weight with a couple of pulleys. This pulley can be accelerating. Right? I'm going to talk about a situation where the pulley accelerates, or not, and we're pulling it over here, and the result that I'm going to get is, if we assume that the tension, the string or rope is massless, we're going to find out that the tensions are the same everywhere along this thing, even if the pulleys are accelerating, even if I'm pulling off in some funky direction, not vertical, not horizontal, whatever. Now, later on in the course, we're going to talk about, and also I'm also assuming the pulley is frictionless and it has no mass. Now, later on in the course, we're going to start talking more about torques and stuff like that, in which case we won't be able to make these assumptions, and the pulleys might even have some contribution from being massive. But the point is, I can talk about a free body diagram, and let me think of the most interesting spot I can right here, right this point where the string goes right underneath the pulley there. Let's draw a free body diagram for an interesting object. The object I'm thinking about is the very piece, the tiny one little point of string that's sitting right underneath that. In that point, this free body diagram is going to give me a tension to this direction on this side over here, tension to the other side. That means the total force is going to be the difference of those two tensions because they're pulling in opposite directions. And that, by F equals ma, is equal to ma, right? But A is non-zero. The thing could be accelerating. The string's whipping through this thing. But the mass is zero, not only because it's a massless string, but also, even if it had mass, it's just a point, right? That has no mass to it. So this is a big fat zero, which means that those two tensions have to be the same. And that's a cool thing to do. You can say that coming and going in and out of a pulley, the tension's the same. But the same argument tells me that all along the string, because of this massless string, I've got the tension's the same there too. I could have picked that point right there in this nice diagonal direction, and I would have found out that the tensions are the same all along there. So that's why I get to say, in these kinds of problems, again, no friction, no mass on to pull a pulley mass, and no mass to the string, but I can still be pulling in interesting directions. I get to say that all these different tensions are all the same. Okay, even if the pulley is jumping up and down and accelerating.